Tanusha Jenneil Jacobie has made history at the Southland Conference Championships. Competing in the high jump, Jacobie cleared an impressive 1.85 meters, shattering the Southland Conference outdoor record, the Texas A&M Commerce outdoor school record, and achieving a new personal best. Tonight, she joins me to delve more into her life at Texas A&M as a student athlete. Okay, so Jenneil Jacobie, welcome to the show. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. It's been a while.
A long while, a very, very long while.
Yeah.
Okay, so just tell me, how did you get into athletics and what really inspired you to get into high jumping specifically?
I think it was my first year at current secondary school. Laverne Spencer actually came to our school. She was doing this, I can't remember what it was, but I said that I wasn't gonna do track anymore because I used to do long distance at first. But I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do academics and forget about it. But she came in and I was like, okay, let me give high jump a little try. And then when I did it, it felt good, felt alive. So I was like, okay, sure, let me just continue. And I had a lot of fun doing it, so I just continued.
Okay, and I remember before you actually went up to school, you were competing here, but you actually got a small injury. Just tell me about that and how it has really affected your transition into becoming the athlete that you are right now.
I have a spinal injury. It's like herniated disc bulges in my lower back. At first, I thought it was just like this small thing, but they told me I couldn't jump for like a year. So my first season, I didn't compete at all. And it was very like depressing, if I'm being honest. But I went through a lot, like thinking about what I should be after being like doing track, because just not being able to compete and go to training every day, like it really changes your mindset a lot.
Yeah.
So when that happened, it was a lot. I felt like I was missing a part of my life. It was irritating and stuff, but you know, I kept on working hard and going to rehab and doing all of those things, and it made me a better version of myself and a better athlete, because it made me more disciplined, knowing that you know you're not as good as everybody else. You have to put in that work because you're hurt, and you have to fight for what you want. So it made me a better athlete, because getting hurt is nothing easy. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, okay, I'll just take a little break and then come back in, but it wasn't like that for me. So when I did come back in, I did feel stronger both physically and mentally, and that really helped me throughout my years.
So just tell me about it, because you just mentioned it makes you depressed being out for an entire year, and obviously an injury serious as that, like it kind of makes you think like, you know what, if you go back out there, you'll probably get injured again, like you don't trust your body as much. Just tell me, how did you get yourself out of that mindset, because obviously you ended up breaking records?
Yeah, I mean, this year was my first year actually like really going through it. I had something called jumper's block in indoors, and I no-heighted because like I was so scared of the bar. It was really like traumatizing. Like I didn't understand like why I felt that way. I was scared, I was impatient. I was like, okay, let's just get it over with. But it's really something you have to go through. I mean, I got counseling and a lot of things just to help me deal with it. But the best thing is just understanding that like, okay, you already know that you've trained hard, you've worked hard for everything, so why not go out there and just give it your best regardless? The bar's not going to go anywhere and you're not going to get hurt again. So it was more of a very mental battle for me, but I mean, all in all, it worked out. But I had to put in the work mentally and get help for that situation in order to, I guess, break records.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So what made you choose Texas A&M Commerce, and how has your past 2 years been so far at the school?
It was really because of the coach there, Rocklight. He actually coached Charles Austin. He's a really, really good high jumper. Yeah. So when I heard that he was coaching there, I got really excited, and I was like, yeah, I have to pick him. I have to pick him. Like, he's awesome. He's awesome. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go in. And for the past few years, I mean, it's not been, I would say, like a bed of roses. Like, there was issues, like dealing with my injuries and stuff, you know, a little bit of back and forth, going through everything. But I mean, it was a good experience. And my head coach, Coach P, like, he is a very nice person. You know, he's somebody I could go to when I like needed help, especially this year when I was going through this jumper's block and everything. So they're pretty good coaches, and I don't think I made a mistake when I went there. Yeah.
Well, obviously you got out of that jumper's block because, as I just said earlier, you actually broke a record. Yeah. You actually cleared 1.85 meters in the Southland Conference Championships. How does it feel seeing that you got to set that new outdoor record?
I'm just really thankful. You know, I pray a lot. I ask God to give me the strength to continue doing the things that I love. I think my coaches, you know, Justin, Coach Light, they really helped me through. And I feel like, you know, it was a build up to the moment. And sometimes it still feels unreal that I broke those records, but it was a really fun experience. I enjoyed it all the way, and sometimes I just don't think it's real, but I mean, I did do it, so I'm very proud of myself.
So let's talk more about those emotions. Like, what was your thought process at that very moment? Because clearly you made the jump, like, okay, cool, you're seeing the record. It's like, what? Tell us about that emotion.
For me, it was more of a, okay, like, I have a good bit of competition. Like, all the girls, they were really awesome. Famous, she was ranked number 1, and she had jumped really high. She was jumping like 180, and I was like, okay, man, she jumps way higher than I have ever in my life. So it was like, dang, it's really great to be around such great people. And I was like, if I want to win, I have to give it everything that I have.
Yeah.
So might as well go in there and have fun. And that's always my mentality. Just have fun, because when you're having fun, you do way better in the sport than you really think. So it was just more of a, okay, let's just have fun. And let's just go out there, just whoop some butt.
Yeah, because like, you don't put so much pressure on yourself, and your body's more relaxed, so like, obviously.
Yeah, when you're more relaxed in high jump, it's a better feeling. If you're like very tense, you won't be able to jump as high as you really expect, because you have to be calm and patient. High jump has a lot to do with being patient over the bar. So I had to just like relax. I was very excited, but I had to be also patient and all of those stuff. So it was a whole bunch of emotions, but it was fun.
Okay, so in addition to your Southland Conference record, you also set a new outdoor school record for Texas A&M Commerce. What does this accomplishment mean to you and your team?
It was really good. I felt very happy when I did break the record. It felt like a long time coming, because I've been injured for a while, and I've been like working through everything. So it was really good. Like, when I broke the record, like, I was so happy. I was so happy because I felt like all that work that I've been putting in, it wasn't for nothing. So it just felt really good to just be there and just break the record. It was like, oh my God, like, I just did that for real.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah. Okay, so breaking your own personal record, right? Obviously that's thrilling, and you yourself said that you felt very happy. But what keeps you motivated in really like upgrading and even beating your own personal record again and again?
Just thinking about it as it's not only for myself. So I have my aunt who helps me with everything up there. She's a sweetheart. Love her to death. She, she keeps me going. And my cousins back home, Chris, Rico, like they help me a lot. Just the family, my grandmother, everybody, they just keep me going, honestly. And I'm really thankful for them. Like they keep me grounded. And I feel like that's a very important part. Like you go through all of these emotions, not just being an athlete, but also being a student. And it's very difficult being a student athlete. So having them and having other people that I have done this before, like for instance, my aunt is also, she's an Olympian as well.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool. Then I have Jonathan Jones. He's pretty cool as well. Like I had all of these people that knew how it felt, and they just walked me through it, and I'm really thankful to have those people because most people don't have that.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't understand what it feels like unless they actually went through it. So the fact that you have that support system, I kind of like that for you.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, so how do you balance your academic responsibilities, especially seeing that you have athletic commitments and you have to like perform at such a high level? Now I know off camera we were joking saying that you have a photographic memory, but still, you tell me, how do you balance everything?
Scheduling and a lot of planning into my week. So on Sundays I'll just set my day out and say like, okay, I'm gonna study for this much hours like during the day, and I need at least 8 hours of sleep. So I would try my best to schedule everything accordingly so that I get enough sleep, I get enough time to do work, I get enough time to practice. So it takes a lot of time when you get your schedule. You really just have to work through it, but it's not hard to do. You just can't like neglect one. So you gotta do it, because you won't be able to compete anyways if you have bad grades. So I mean, good grades is one of the things that I enjoy having. So keeping a 3.0 and up is like a main goal of mine, and I've been doing that. So I feel like I've gone a good, medium with both of them. Yeah.
Now, I applaud you because you're a med student and you're doing athletics.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I don't understand it, because my friends who do medical school, they struggle with the time that they have, and you have a designated time for your training, and then you also have to study a lot.
So yeah.
I don't know how you do it.
It's hard. It's very hard. One of the things I always remind myself is like, all of this is temporary. Like you have to put in the work for you to see the gains afterwards. You can't just say like, okay, one day I'll just become this, and then all of a sudden it's gonna happen. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the energy and the effort if you want to become more than the person you are today. So I feel like though it may be difficult, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I just may not be seeing it yet, but I'll get there eventually.
Okay, so what are your long-term goals and also your short-term goals in terms of high jumping? Like, is there a record that you also want to break? Is there a competition that you're looking forward to? Or probably in the next year, you're just going to give it up all? I know. What are your goals?
If I was to say, so my long-term goal is jumping 2 meters would be my long-term goal for track. But it's not something I would like to continue. Track is not something I'd like to continue. But that would be one of my long-term goals as a student athlete. And then some of my short-term goals are just to get better form over the bar. So that's just one of my issues that I have being a high jumper. I don't have as much form, but I get over it. But the form is horrible. So those little things would help me along the way to get that. And another long-term goal of mine is also to have one of or both of St. Lucia's national records.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm jumping 2 meters, I'll make it.
Now let's talk about this picture right here. You were joking that your form here is horrible. Like, you don't think you made it over that bar.
I probably did not. That was probably my indoor competition.
Yeah, that form is horrible.
You're supposed to be in some kind of arch or whatever, but yeah, needs some work, but it's okay.
But you're still good.
Yeah, right now it's working.
It's okay.
So it's fine.
So looking back at your journey of obviously coming from St. Lucia and now being in Texas, what would you say is your favorite moment so far?
In Texas?
Well, both here and in Texas.
It's more of like the culture. There's a lot of culture in America and in Texas. So it was very interesting to see all of those different people and their different lifestyles. I met a lot of great internationals. They're always so friendly and loving and kind, and it's very cool just being around all of those cultures. It opens your eyes to see like the things that you don't, and it makes you known to certain things that happen around the world that we just don't see because we're just one little island. So it was very interesting to meet all of those new people. And here I feel like the beach. I'm very happy to be home because I just want to go to the beach and have fun, and you know, they don't have beaches, they only have lakes.
We don't play with lakes. No, we don't know what's in there. No, thank you.
But yeah, I feel like coming back home and seeing all my family members as well, that's one of the moments that I always look forward to, coming home, and it's been a while since I've been back. So you know, I'm just thankful to see my grandmother again and everybody, my sisters, my brothers. So yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. I know you're going back to school next month. Going back. 1, 2, maybe. Just in case, for those of you who don't know, she's trying to actually make a mark and go to the Paris Olympics. So
oh yeah.
Yes.
Tune in.
So that's why I said maybe.
Yeah.
But best of luck to you and your future endeavors.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much.